right, hello and welcome back again as we get ready for the final game of week 6 as we are going to have the Deadwood Demons taking on the Boston Peregrine Falcons. Should be an interesting series as both these teams, as you can see, have pretty similar records, but let's run through our week again. So you can see no sweeps so far, as we have 3 game 4s and 2 game 5s. We'll see where this one falls. Will we have 1, 2, 3 of results, or will we have another repeat? Hope it's not a sweep, but hey, never know. As you can jump over to our standings as well, you can see Atlanta now left alone as the only undefeated team. So we'll see if they can make the run. Their game next week should probably be the most interesting, but hey, hard to say. And then below them, still Inchin in second, and then Honolulu tied. And below that, it is then Deadwood, who will try to keep pace and keep that separation down, followed by Erie and Luxor, 3 and 3. Boston trying to climb up into that, what would be a 4-way tie. And then Chaos at the bottom of the standings once again. Now, I will briefly mention here that Atlanta are going to be the only Pixel team with a chance to clinch next week, and they will do so if 1, they win, and 2, and second of all, if 2 of those 4 lost teams lose, they will also clinch a spot. So it helps them if Boston lose here, because another 4 lost team. Basically, they need 7 wins and 4 teams with 5 losses. Pretty simple, but of course that's a next week issue. Looking at this specific game for your stats, your key player is Bozy for the Demons and JXL for Boston. Of course, Evaps, the new player brought in by the Demons to fill their vacancy. So we'll see how they look. New look roster. Of course, they are 3 and 2. Coming off a loss last week against Honolulu. We'll see if they can bounce back. Of course, first game with the roster. Not always going to look the best, but hey, we'll see. On the other side as well, we have Boston. 2 straight losses for them, but they've looked good in all their games. I think the main thing that has been said for Boston is they haven't played with chance. They have 3 losses. I think one of them is last week against Atlanta in 5 games, notably, with chance. But outside of that, they had not lost a game with chance. So, as we do have them today, I think this is up there with the difficult games that you could see for Demons in their first one. Obviously, it's a team they're above in the standings by 2 positions, but this is a team who's looked really good and competitive against the best. As we do just have 1 too many players, so we'll need to wait on 1 to leave. And then once we do, should be good to go. As far as the prediction, I'm going to go with Boston. Now, am I falling back into doubting the Demons? Yes. Do I think it's possible they win? Yes. It's important to note that this is still 3/4 of the team that was there. I just think it was clear that they had a core and they were playing with that, and they'd been with that roster for 2 weeks, and now that's been shaken up. And so as we load into this first game here shortly, hopefully, I told the teams we're ready, and I think we have the right amount of players, so as soon as they join, we're good. But basically, I just think this team, they've lost something big, obviously, and there's a good chance they find it, and there's a good chance they're still competitive. But I think it's too early for that. I think it probably takes some time to try to build around a new side. And of course, the other side of this is that, like I said, they're playing a pretty good team. Boston have been competitive against the best teams. They lost I'm pretty sure all of their losses are in 5 games against Inchin, Luxor, and Atlanta. So this is a team to respect. Now let me make sure of those results. As it seems like someone might finally be joining. There's nothing more I can say. Luxor, Birmingham. They beat Birmingham. They lost to Erie, maybe. I would have to look back, but okay, 1-3-0, fair. Yeah, I'm mixing you with the Mudcats because there was similar stuff there, but yeah, basically the summary, taking some specifics out of it, Boston have looked really good in most of their losses, and 2 of their 3 losses have been without Chance, who they do have in this game. So I think Demons need time to figure it out, and I think Boston's are not the team to be trying to figure it out against. So I'm going to predict Boston. I'm going to say 3-1. It's boring, but I don't believe in the Demons enough to say a 3-2. And I don't want to say 3-0, even though I think that could be a possibility. As this one's shot forward, Mew able to push it over to the side. Kaipo now will recenter. Jake Cell diving in, but the shot is wide. Kaipo now the back pass, that's over to Chance. He'll pop it up. Following it downfield, goes for a reset, knocks it down, but Bozy is there for a long clear downfield. This one cleared out again. Chance gonna get a big 50 forward that'll go just high of net, but Bozy's there uncontested. Kaipo now trying to get it up to the side wall. Chance will get it forward, looking for the pinch around, dropping down, but it's cleared away again. Now Bozy trying to 50 this one. It's up towards the ceiling, rolling out. Now dropping down again. Chance looking for the tap down. Jake Cell's on it. Pinched off the left wall, dropping down, bouncing back out. But the angle's not there. And it'll get pinched wide again. Okay, but though, another good drop down. Boston, so much threat in the early going here. We have seen clears back into the teal side, sometimes even back passes from themselves, but all of these stints have been short-lived. We've seen Boston do well to get it downfield and get a bit more pressure on the board, although, of course, no goals on the board, so nothing really to show for it. As we will try to collect this one, guiding it around the outside, now dropping it over. Looking to 50 it, but it's popped up in the air. Pumps come through. Bozy will take the shot forward. Now into the corner. This one up in the air, dropping down. Jake Cell shot towards the wall, cleared away. Chance now will backflip, looking to follow it up, but it's Bozy to get it out. Kaipo towards the back wall, dropping down. Good touch away by Mew. Now Bozy another clear. Following back. Now it's Chance up the right wall, looking to stay with it, rolling it down. Lynx, another one popped out. Excel now towards the back wall, tries for a shot, but Bozy gets it away again. Now Chance will try to drop it in. This will move in, that's a good pass. Bozy gets the midfield boost, he'll cut this down, that's a good shot. But not that threatening with low power, so Kaipo does well to get it away as we have only 2 minutes to go here. Still all tied up at 0 as Lynx has to clear this one to the side, but that's just the 2 Boston cars. JXL has control, playing a 50, drops it down. And it's Mew to get it away. Now Chance trying to pass it across, looking for a bump, not going to find anything. JXL back over to the right side. Lynx in the air now. Kaipo off the back wall, bouncing out. JXL is there. 1-0. Boston get there first. Took them a minute, but they break through eventually. And JXL gives the Falcons an advantage. 97 seconds left on the clock. Deadwood need to find pressure that they haven't really had this game, but that one so close. Of late, we've definitely seen a good few shots from them. Nothing really all that threatening, although this one's awkward and Mew will find the goal. Just like that, it's all tied up. Chance awkward on the drop down. It turned into a bit of a triple commit. I mean, he's just able to roll it by him. And so we're all even again now with 82 seconds to go. That didn't take long. Now Boston in need of another if they want to close out this win. Needs to flick forward, another double commit, but JXL does get the touch, chasing it, shooting it, but it's off the post. Kaipo though dives in, and it is through. Boston take the lead right back. JXL just barely wide, but Kaipo, good speed, good placement, and that puts his team in front. side. Boozy, another one played in. Hypo not going to get to that one. And over to the right side again. It'll bounce up. Lynx on it towards the back wall. Cleared away again. Chance gets up for the save. Boston trying to hold on, but we have seen a lot of double commits as that was another one on the back line. Hypo though diving in. JXL trying to drop it down. Now rolled towards the wall. Chance will pop up with it. Looking for another shot down. Looking for 50 out of it even. And that one actually works out very well. But it's a little bit high. And no one's able to follow it to keep it forward. Instead it remains at the midfield. Bozy, another clear in. Chance trying to drop it down. Off the back wall. Mew trying to bounce it out again. But JXL is on it. JXL now. That one just under him, but a good dunk over to the side. That forces Lynx to reset, and he doesn't have the boost to do so. Chance, free catch. That'll get over to the sidewall. Mew trying to jump up early, running out of boost. Chance will play it across. Clock will strike 0. Boston were challenged, but they stay a step in front, and they take the first game. 2-1. Honestly, when that first Boston goal went through, I thought that would just be enough to close it out, but not to be. As Deadwood did put up a good fight against them. Problem for them, of course, is in the end, they only get that one. That's so crazy, Ren. I can't believe it. It's almost like they named the team after him or something. Probably. Pitt would. Especially before Boston was in the league. He probably would have done that. Either way, though, we are going to load into game number 2. And notably, we are going to have... Well, first of all, we're missing someone, so we need someone to join back. But it appears that we're going to have someone stepping out. I think Lynx stepping out and Evap's coming in. Mew's not in the lobby yet, but I think we're just waiting on him to join back. Yeah. Real. Okay, but how could you do that, Pitcop? How could you just steal his name like that? That's kind of crazy. I think he's always been called Boston, and you stole it from him, for sure. You might not have known it, but you did. Either way, though, it does look like we have everyone in the lobby. So, again, I'm hoping they're going to join, and there we go. So, we are going to load in now game number 2. I think for Deadwood, the main focus is going to be just get a bit more pressure. Obviously, they got a good amount of push towards the end of the game, but only when they were trailing. And that took them a while to get that goal through, of course. So, I think for Deadwood, you just kind of need more offense. Conceding 2, of course, less won't be too bad, but you need to put goals on the board to win really at all, you know? You need more goals than your opponent, and if you have 0, you can't have more than something else, because you can't take away goals, so I think that's pretty obvious, but definitely the main focus. Should get goals on the board. By the way, though, this is off the back wall. Chance, a good collect. Now he'll drop it down. He'll look for the double, and he'll get it down to the corner. Evap dives by it. Chance jumping up. Passes it out. JXL is there. It's already won. Only takes 45 seconds, and this time, Boston are on the board early. Nah, for real, Ren. That's crazy. Typo now going to push it over to the right side off kickoff. Evap gets there. It's right at JXL, but that's right at Bozy, and it gets returned. Typo now jumps by this one. Chance will win it forward. Evap's trying to get it across. JXL dives in. Banged off the right wall. Kaipo now another long send downfield. Off the left side, Bozy will send it out. Kaipo jumping. Comes towards the back wall. JXL on it again. Shot towards the net. JXL, that's a good drop down shot, and that's just in again. Honestly, yeah. Evap's just a bit of an awkward touch, and JXL, a great finish. Drops that one right down. Yeah, and in ranked, it's the mysterious unnamed commissioner who decides for sure. But I think JXL might get the coolest goal for this game because that was a great drop-down finish. And that doubles the lead for Boston, the first multi-goal lead we've seen in this series. Of course, only 1-0 and 2-1 before this, so good position for Boston to be in. Meanwhile, for Deadwood, need to find some fire, need to find some push, and that could be a start, but it's just wide. That's promising at the very least, but Deadwood would have loved to get a goal there, and a tough shot from Mew just goes a little bit off. That one was on by Evaf, but it's popped away by chance. Mew on the follow, a floater. JXL will get up and clear it out. Rosie now under it, gets the touch in, but it's right at Kai. He'll miss, but JXL is behind him. Kai now, it was a fake, sets up Chance. Kaipo, the calculated fake, gets himself a shot, and Chance secures it. The redirect down, and it's 3. You know, I'm not sure I can do that, unfortunately, Ryan. I don't think I'd get approved on my Pixel account. As this one's played forward. Dropping down just a little bit wide, and that one's in again. Chance makes it 4. More than half the game to go. But it's already domination for the Falcons. Chance has 2. Boston have 4. Deadwood still scoreless here. And of course, a lot of time on the board, but it doesn't feel like it's nearly enough. In the air, Bozy looking for the play. That's a great emote, by the way, Red. That's looking for the 50, gets it out off the left wall. Now Kaipo forced to take this one back. Bozy diving in. That one's out to Mew. Not a lot of power, though. Left to the side again. I mean, I will during a kickoff link. We'll do that. You can see the scores when we go to people, but that emote took a minute to load, and I'm glad it did. As this one's in the air again. JXL trying to get to the back wall, looking for a 50, but it's blocked away by Bozy. Now down from the ceiling again. JXL diving in. That shot's high. Kaipo's there. It's 5. Nothing. Kaipo adds another. There's your scoreboard links. Oh boy. That sure is a scoreboard. Now Bozy jumping up with it. Looking for a response. They need one soon, but Chance won't allow it. You know, right? That's a lot of points on Boston. And this one's caught over to the left. Now popped up in the air again. Drop down. Mew will try to stay with it. Into the corner. Chance takes control. Now cleared out again. 50 down off the sidewall. Chance chasing. No one there. Chance, it's 6. I think that might be the hat trick. I missed if it indeed is. I know he had 2. So that's at least the 3rd. I don't think he had a 4th before this, but what do you mean, Cozy? What do you mean for real, Cozy? That's his manager. he should know. That should be a fact. As this one bounces down. JXL trying to take control. So it's 2 for JXL. I don't know how many Kaipo has. This one's played in. Bozy looking for the flick away. JXL will dive in. He'll control over to the left wall. Now Evap's another 50 in. Bozy's there. There's your response. Feels a little bit late, but hey, for the mental, at least it's 1. Good pass by Evap's. Great shot on the side swiper from Bozy. As you see the chat mentioning that could set up for a Brazil. The question is, will it? And JXL in the air trying to drop it in. Chance going for the bump, not quite able to connect on it. Now Mew into the corner trying to get it away. Chance has control, doesn't have boost. And it is pushed away again. I don't know what my streak is. I think it's like 5. I will not be saying any higher numbers. As this is off the left wall. Evap's trying to get it in. Mew now another drop down. JXL trying to catch it away. By the way, it is 3 goals for Chance. So that 6th one was the hat trick. As this one's past midfield again, the clock will run out. I mean, I could do that, Ren. And Boston with a convincing, dominant 6-1 game are going to secure match point. And just for Ren, we will mention Wiko can't even be a Prism player, you know? Like, you know, there's kind of a... You try. You can't even, you know. But either way, of course, I shouldn't, you know. You don't need to see me saving the replay. You don't need to say. You don't need to see that. I had to say something. I'm not gonna say the direct, so that was the route I took. You know. And Ren, I think you're happy for that. I think you're maybe a little bit happy for the fact that he's a Pixel player. I don't know. Changing cars, maybe figuring out who's staying, who's playing. As we are going to have another change, it looks like it is Bozy stepping out, and it's going to be Lynx coming back in. Of course, we see a last-minute swap-up. That's who's currently in the lobby. So we'll see. But, yeah, I think we said it. Now you have multiple problems for Demons. Obviously, you got 1 goal. Felt like it was in garbage time, even with 45 left. But now you not only need more offense, but you need defense, because you gave up 6, and that's tough. What do you mean, Pinky? As this one is bouncing in, though, and Mew, first lead for the Demons. 8 seconds in off kickoff, JXL goes over it. Pitt can't reach it, and Mew secures. Important to note, of course, with that, we do have Kaipo stepping out, and Pitt Cop stepping in. Kaipo just a little bit too strong, had to nerf them. So Pitt will get some stats for himself, get some playtime, you know. Can't have your best player in all the time. No matter how you're looking at it, they know that fact. As this one's cleared forward, Lynx, a good touch on it, but Pitt is able to get back for it. Pitt now another drop down, Mew is there, it's off the back wall. JXL will try to jump, cleared down the middle. Pop back again, that's over JXL. Lynx will dive, that's into the corner. Chance, a bit of a awkward touch. We'll call it a back pass as it was cleared away. This one awkward again, but JXL will take the dribble. Now Lynx to 50 in the air. No one to challenge, and Hit will just take it to the side. JXL tries to get it away, but it's cut off by the Demons. Still, this one awkward in free space. Evaps over towards Lynx. He'll bang it to the back wall again. 1 minute gone. Mostly Demons pressure this game. Definitely fresh air for them. Crazy run. I mean, you asked for it. I gave you something. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Chance was doing something crazy there, but it didn't go in. As Mew, though, looked for the dribble, trying to add on. That one pinched just wide. And now Evap skies it. Couldn't get over it. Still the Demons push. This one dropped down, dunked by Mew. Chance trying to get up. Lynx runs out of boost. There's no one back. JXL fakes out one. 1 left to beat. He'll do it, but the shot is wide. And it stays a 1-0 advantage. Now over to the right side again. Chance trying to get back to this one, but it's cleared away again. Now 2 jump up. Off the back wall, dropping down. Evap shot a little bit wide. What? Why? Ren, why? Why do you want that? This is off the corner, bouncing out. Also, why do you want that? You know? As this one's dropping down, Mew over to the left wall, a Chance on the outside. Zab's trying to take control, 50 just past midfield. Now Mew will get a pinch around. Bouncing out, Chance trying to follow it, gets the center, half the game to go. Lost Boston still looking for their first. Definitely a much better game for Deadwood. But of course, still a ways to go. Chance. Trying for the air dribble forward. Will get back to it, but that last touch just a little bit too much. Hate cast. I don't know about that. Maybe give us like a Houston game, we can get that going, but I don't know. Those players might not be good enough, I don't know. Just had to pick a good team, but speaking of, JXL ties it up. I could have said Round Rock because that's your team, but close enough. That one, just a little bit of pinball, and it falls to JXL. He's able to just bang a shot through, and that ties up the game. So Boston, really not a lot of threat this game, but they get just enough in the closing moments here, and with 100 seconds to go, we're back to being even. We've definitely had a hate cast before. I don't know if we have in this league, though. This one's forward, hit off the corner. I feel like Jay and Koa did it, but I could be wrong. As Chance is trying to jump up for it. It's off the back wall, but it's blocked out to the side. It'd be something they would do. I'm not sure. Or it might have been like Shade Koala. Someone. I'm pretty sure it happened at some point. This one's off the right wall. Mew looking for a shot, but it goes wide. And now another one popped forward. Evaps gets the drop down touch. Now off the back wall again. Pit Cop there. Has the shot, but it's cleared by Mew. Evaps now gets it back to the midfield, but Chance is there. He'll pop it up in the air. He'll drop it back down, but no one's there for the shot. And Mew gets it away. Final 40 seconds to go. Still tied up here. Deadwood need the next goal. They need to win this game. Boston won't give it up easily. And this one drops down wide. Hit trying to get it away. Gets the reset. Pushes it central. Chance will wait behind it. Doesn't have boost though. It's easily enough taken away by Lynx, who misses the boost, which could lead to something awkward, but let's see. Hit trying to play this one in. Mew backwards. Can't get anything going. JXL right at Lynx, who saves. Chance on the follow. Double, reset, triple for the lead. One off back wall. How about a reset? How about a drop down? He missed the shot earlier. He snipes that one. It's 2-1. Five seconds trickles to 0, and the time runs to midnight for the Demons. The witching hour is no more as the Falcons take them down and send them back to 500. Hey, do you like your stats, guys? But, I mean, we said it. Deadwood, they're a team who needs to figure it out. I think 2 of the 3 games were close, were good. They were a battle. And that's a good takeaway. But at the same time, Chance is doing that. Nothing else I can say. Chance is just hitting that shot. And I don't know what you do about that. Cry, perhaps. But either way, I mean, Boston are just a really good team. So, obviously you can feel bad about the loss. You'd like to win, but this is a reasonable team to lose to. Either way, though, we are going to have an interview, and so we'll be back in just one moment. Well, apart from the second game, it was close, but you get a sweep. How does it feel to be back to 500?
Doggo, it's a pretty good feeling. We definitely got more games in. We've been kind of working on a bunch of things, and I think we just showed that last week was very disheartening. We almost had the gentleman's sweep against Harriers, the last undefeated team in Pixel, so we kind of had some of that built-up rage against Demons, so sorry, Lynx. And they had the new trade, so it was just not a good matchup for them.
Can't help that. Like, they only had, 2 days to play with them? Like, you can't fault them for, losing, because obviously they didn't have enough time to build good enough chem, but they've still got time.
Absolutely. Now, I don't know if he's talking, but what was that shot by Chance? You guys can chime in if he's not.
Yeah, I have no idea. like I was muted the entire time, and I went crazy when I seen it.
Chance did message all of us and said specifically, "I'm only going for clips," and he succeeded.
You got one of them at least.
He did.
Now, I will ask, what was different in that second game, which was more one-sided? Do you think they just kind of were more off balance? Or did you find your groove?
I think we were just vibing, to be honest. I mean, that's just for me anyway. I was just vibing. Don't know about the other two.
I mean, you are the team, so that makes sense.
Nuh-uh.
Of course, this win does get you guys back to 500. Next week, you guys match up against the Mudcats. How do you look for that one?
Okay, good old T-Mac team. Do you know who's on that team, Doggo?
Dishonored. Obviously T-Mac. You might need to give me a minute. I want to say
I'll get you some time.
Shame,
Mudcats
Doggo. Imagine not knowing everyone.
Doggos have had some tough losses. I don't think they're a bad team, but I just haven't really been. They haven't been on my radar, to be honest. I'm not discrediting them in any way, but I'm excited to see how they play. I'm gonna have to do a lot of research on them, but this one was a nice one. You didn't have to take it to Game 5 finally. Yeah, first sweep for us for the season.
Nice. First of the week too. Only one of the week.
Oh, W.
By the way, it's
We're just built different.
T-Mac, Chipmunk, Breezy, Dishonored. I knew Breezy, but I wasn't
Breezy.
confident to say it, and
Yeah.
forgot Chip. But that's one I probably.
So what you're saying, Doggo, is it's light work.
Perhaps.
We should have scheduled the game tomorrow. Get it done
Real.
with.
Oh my god, that. We should actually do that.
I'm putting it on you, T-Mac. We're around.
just pressuring is crazy.
Nah. You know what, T-Mac, right now, load up.
It's not week 7 yet. You can't do that.
Yeah. 1 a.m. match.
Yeah.
We'll wait till the
12:15.
time, and then we'll do it straight away. Doggo, you better be ready.
Go.
Yeah. I guess I don't mean to commandeer this, but what happened with Illusion yesterday, man? What happened? I was very upset to watch that.
I didn't really watch it, and I might be happy about that. I don't know. It sounds like it was just a mess.
Yeah. I low-key thought it was going to be a sweep, so I didn't even bother watching it. And then Eclipse ended up winning.
Mers was cosplaying you, and Smurfy wasn't there. So they had a 1 day and someone who was on another planet. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. They did have the 1 day too, last minute.
Yeah.
And then Smurfy was busy doing other things.
Yeah.
Putting the team second in that moment.
I mean,
no,
because you can't
because
blame him.
we have Illusion after Mudcats, and that's kind of the team I'm looking more forward to right now.
Fair enough.
Because that will really prepare us for looking into playoffs. I think we'll make playoffs. I think we might end in the 4th to 5th range, especially with displacing
Classic.
demons. Yeah, that is the Boston Classic. I love 6th place because then you play 3, 2, and 1 in the playoffs. So you know what? I might try and aim for that. We'll see. But with Chance and Jay on the team, I don't think that's in my control.
Can't forget about me, the main man.
True.
The Scottish.
Yeah.
That's all you provide. He's the resident Scot on the team.
Yeah, as it was with one of the old teams in the trash league, I'm the cheerleader. I'm the moral support.
Every team needs it.
Exactly.
Hey, Kaipa's been showing up. He's been sitting in free agency the last couple seasons, and it was kind of annoying me because he's a good player. He might talk his lip a little bit, but he's a good player.
Yeah, me, Chance, and Sumi, who was in the chat, we were playing drop shot last night, and we're playing in decently high lobbies, so I think that helped speed me up a lot, and I was looking for a lot more passes as well, so I think I need to start maining drop shot.
Good strategy, honestly. The infinite boost won't mess you up at all, for sure.
I mean, it's only infinite for a limited time until you use it all.
Don't worry, guys. It's gonna regenerate. I don't need to get boost.
It fixes my rotations 100%.
On our rotations, it screws over, but
Hexagon.
speed and passing it makes so much better.
Yeah. It's a lot of
All right.
speed.
Well, thank you again, Doggo. We appreciate you always.
Absolutely. And congrats on the win. Good luck next week.
Thank you very much. Peace.
All right. Well, pretty clean series for Boston as they take it in 3 games. Deadwood, as we said, need more time. Got to figure out their roster, got to figure out who's their 3, all of that. And I hope that we can still see a competitive team out of them. I didn't predict the sweep out of Hopium, that I didn't want to see it happen. But like I said, it felt like a possibility. And with the chance we saw show up today, I'm not surprised. So, hey, tough loss for Deadwood, but they'll move on. Meanwhile, a statement win for Boston. And we'll see how they look against Missouri next week as they're moving their way up the standings. Of course, standings themselves will be posted pretty soon, probably. But make sure you stay tuned in the Discord for that. And we'll see you back next week for Week 7. Your final score here one last time. Boston 3, Deadwood 0. We'll see you back next week.